2 years of court-ordered frustration forced a Santa Maria couple to call our NewsChannel 3 Tipline for help. It all started when their son was arrested and they put up their property to cover the bond. What they didn't anticipate is how much trouble that would cause.
How big is the property?
It goes all the way on the other side of the building over there.
Oh wow, it's big.
Yeah.
James Savoy gave us a tour of the property that he says is being hijacked by Santa Barbara County.
You know, people complain all the time about the city and the county, about not serving the people, not doing things right. This is an example of not doing things right. To the end of that, where the tree is over there.
In July 2010, the Savoys used their home on Eileen Lane as security in lieu of $100,000 bail after their son was arrested. The court accepted it and placed a lien on the home.
When do I get my property back?
In April 2012, the Savoys say the case ended. Their son paid a fine and then went on with his life. The court was supposed to release the property back to them, but that didn't happen.
And over and again, I asked, what is the policy and procedure? Do you have a written policy and procedure on how to release property or how to take property? They said, we have nothing on it.
For almost 3 years, the Savoys fought to get their property back. They even considered what would happen if they died. Would the county get to keep their home? And as crazy as it sounds, they wondered if that was the county's plan all along.
You have no recourse whatsoever. They can kick you around, kick you, do anything they want. Where's the recourse at? You can't sue them. The procedure. Instead,
he called the NewsChannel 3 Tipline. We met the Savoys, and James showed us years of documentation, frustration, and exasperation.
And I think it's these egos that say, you can't tell me what to do. You can't.
I started working the phones, researching it, and getting advice from people with years of legal experience. Clearly, you would think if the county had a procedure to accept the property, you would think it would have a clear procedure to return it. But from my experience, that's not the case. At one point, I started getting frustrated. No one at Santa Barbara Superior Court in Santa Maria wanted to talk on camera about the Savoys case. But in this email, they appear to blame the Savoys and their attorney for not completing the process. But the Savoys say they called the court for years trying to figure out what the process was, and they say nobody would tell them. We called the Savoys attorney, who has many years of experience, and he says the judge in the case should have simply released the property back to the Savoys when the case was over. He has no idea why that didn't happen. Hi, this is CJ Ward, NewsChannel 3. Finally, after dozens of phone calls, many false alarms, and getting our hands on the correct paperwork, the Savoys got their property back. On May 21st, almost 5 years after they put the property up to post bond, the Superior Court in Santa Maria released the lien.
So I think without you guys getting involved, I think this thing would have gone on for quite a while, and we'd have been fighting it for a while. Yes, I think you did a very good job in getting it solved. I hope no one has to go through this again.
Okay, so we helped the Savoys, and they're happy. But I have to admit, after all of that, I still have no idea exactly what happened. Now, one thing that may have confused things, many times the bond is handled through a bail bond company, and that did not happen in this case. It was processed directly through the court. Now, did that mess things up? You know, I really don't know. That's just my guess. Now, if you'd like to see the court's answers to our questions in their entirety, you can go to our website at KEYT.com.
Boy, bureaucratic red tape at its very worst. Layers and layers of it.
The process.
So frustrating.
Got to figure out what the process is.
All right, we'll be right back after this break.